Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, brothers. It is your dude, Mr. International Passport, here again for yet another classic live stream. First and foremost, please press a 1 in the live stream chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. How is my audio? How is my audio? We are in for another insightful live stream, but I need to make sure that you brothers all around the world can hear me clean, crisp, and concise, okay, and clear. Okay, who's here? Can you please press the 1? Base pull clips, as always. Thank you, bro, for the confirmation there. Can I get a couple more ones? Cho Mary, give me 2 more ones to make sure I'm good across the board, please. Want to make sure the audio is fantastic. Anomaly and Moses, awesome. Thank you very much. So let's get it cracking. So welcome, brothers, to another classic live stream. I'm your host, International Passport. I want to say a huge thank you to all those that have supported the channel over the past couple of years. Your support has been greatly appreciated. I welcome aboard the new people. I accept and I embrace you with open arms. When you come in tonight, brothers, please show some support. Like the video, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal donation, as you can see on the screen. Join the Patreon for even more behind the scenes intel on countries, IT, financial information, and of course, foreign women that we can't speak about on the channel. And of course, cop the merch as well and book your IT consultations in the Calendly link in the description box or within the comment section below after the stream. Now, let's get it cracking, man. So in today's live stream, brothers, we got a very special country to discuss, a country in Africa that I'm sure most of you are aware about, and that is Rwanda. I got a very special guest here with me called Mr. Babatunde. How you doing, Babatunde?
I'm doing good. Yourself, IP?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. Thank you very much for
That's good.
asking, brother. So, Mr. Babatunde, let me call you Mr. Lawyer. It's shorter, right?
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah, yeah.
Lawyer, bro.
Now I'll say you can call me Baba as well, but Mr. Lawyer sounds good as well. Yeah.
Awesome. So, Mr. Lawyer, give us a brief summary about who you are, where you're from, and anything special about you, bro.
Um, well, thanks, IP. This will be my second time I'm actually on your stream. I remember the first time was I think you had a brother by the name Eric during the Ethiopian stream, and I also participated in that stream. So I'm good to be back. It's good to have me back. Um, So I am of Nigerian descent, but I currently live in Australia. I've been living in Australia for the past 10 years, and life is pretty good in Australia. Um, I'm currently trying to get into IT and obviously live the dream or that dream of having the flexibility of working remotely and living in the country of my dream. So that's just a simple, introduction or summary of who I am.
Awesome, awesome, brother. Fantastic. So, let's get into it. Rwanda. What city were you in Rwanda, bro?
So I was in the main city, Kigali. That's the capital of Rwanda, and that's where everything happens, pretty much.
Interesting. So, would you say, if a passport bro is deciding to go to Rwanda, he should only or mostly focus on the capital city of Gali?
I wouldn't say so, but Kigali is the capital, so there's a lot of investment in terms of infrastructure, nightlife, and the best, standard of living in Kigali. But there are also other provinces in Rwanda. I think the northern province or the southern province. So that's a good, a passport broker explore those other provinces too in Rwanda. But I would say for someone who's new to Africa or someone who's going to Rwanda for the first time, Kigali would be your best bet to start off.
Interesting. So, let's say a brother, a passport bro, wants to go to Africa for the first time. Would Rwanda be a good first country to go to in Africa, bro?
Absolutely. Rwanda would be a very good intro for someone who has never been to Africa and wanting to go to Africa for the first time. It's a very safe country. It's well developed, and the standard of living there is quite high, and good internet, good infrastructure. Yeah, definitely. I think Rwanda, your first contact with Africa being Rwanda would be a good experience. Yeah.
That's amazing, and shout out to Rwanda and President Kagame for building such a great country. I'm sure Rwanda will grow even further, and I hope so, particularly after the whole Rwandan genocide back in the 1990s, which isn't too far away actually in modern times. So salute to Kigali for doing a great job there. That's how, in my opinion, African countries should be ran in terms of infrastructure and building themselves up. So now, brother, so tell me about the infrastructure in Rwanda, brother. I want to know more about. Actually, forget about that part. We'll come to that afterwards. Tell me about the culture of Rwanda, brother. The people. How's the culture like? Is it conservative? Is it liberal? Break it down for us, bro.
Rwanda is very conservative, very, very conservative. The people are very, cultured. So if you visit, and the people are very, not very outspoken, very shy, and they often time like foreigners. I think so. I think that's the vibe that I got while I was there. So they're very friendly. If you get to know them, it's a very conservative culture, and there's obviously Western influence at the moment, obviously because Rwanda has sort of opened up its borders to everyone across the globe. Like everyone can get into Rwanda, so there's definitely Western influence, but the culture there is very conservative and very strong. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So, when you say, um, you know, conservative, right, brother? Is that in terms of their thinking and in terms of how they carry themselves, how the women are, long dresses, dress conservatively, and very very pro marriage instead of sleeping around and having casual hookups? Is that what you mean by conservative, bro?
Yes, yes, I would say so to a large extent. Like you could get whatever you're looking for in Rwanda. So if you're looking for women to play with, they're there. If you're looking to settle down and finding a wife and a responsible woman, there's heaps of them there as well. In terms of, how the people are, they're very, like I said, they're very cultured and very conservative in their outlook. And I think that's just the culture there. And obviously, there's the government itself um, plays, I think, puts a lot of emphasis on how people behave. So you can't be in Rwanda and be behaving, just like, yeah, you can get in trouble. So it is a very conservative, society, pretty much. And like I said, it depends on what you're looking for. You will definitely find whatever you're looking for in Rwanda when it comes to dating, or if you're looking to for marriage.
Awesome, bro. Now, for me, right, I'm trying to push the brothers more towards crypto investing. Have that global international mindset. To build wealth, brother. And in my opinion, right, as brothers, there ain't no better place to build wealth in this time period than Africa, right? In my honest opinion. So, let me ask this, brother, right? Who runs the country of Rwanda, and who dominates who dominates politics, what race of people, and particularly economics there? Because I find that in Kenya, Uganda, Indians have too much economic power, which I don't like. Because we as black men and black people don't have any economic power in India. So how the hell are they running stuff in our actual homelands, right? Is that the same case in Rwanda? Do black people and black men run that country?
Yeah, I would say so to some extent. Uh, One thing with Rwanda is that Rwanda is a small country and is a poor country. Poor in the sense that there's really no resources in Rwanda. So they're really much dependent on tourism. So, and while I was there, I noticed that, okay, let me just put it this way. Rwanda has very, very friendly laws to investors. So, like your IP, you could travel to Rwanda today and register a business in 24 hours. And, you could set up whatever you want to do with that business in about a week. What I mean is that you could get whatever clearance or approval you need in barely 24 hours. That's how easy it is to do business in Rwanda. So I don't think they're really against foreigners investing in Rwanda. But from what I saw, I noticed that there's a lot of foreigners, especially even African investors in Rwanda, because I did see a lot of investors from Nigeria, and I did see some, Indians and some Chinese in Rwanda, but I wasn't so sure in the levels of, or what sort of level of investment they have in Rwanda. But Rwanda is quite open to anyone, and I did see a lot of African businesses, which was good.
Okay. Did you say so? You're saying the majority of businesses and investors were African men there in Rwanda, bro?
From the places that I went to, I would say that, yeah.
Fantastic. So, what kind of investments or businesses did these African men have, brother, and these Indians and Chinese have? Can you break it down for us step by step, please?
So I would say maybe for the Chinese and Indians, maybe it might be more of manufacturing, I would presume, because I didn't really see, because they have an industrial layout, which is not within the actual city center. So I didn't see a lot of what the factories or the industries were, because that's very not within the city area, the city center area. But for the most people that I came across, they or mostly of the Africans that I came across, their business interest was mostly in tourism. Like I said, Rwanda is majorly source of income is through tourism. So I did see a couple of guys that own like restaurants, people that own like, bars, people that own like maybe like grocery shops, things like that. So that's definitely one area that you can invest in Rwanda, and also property as well. So it's very easy to invest in Rwanda. Like you could go to Rwanda today and buy land. Very easy. Like it's almost um everything is very streamlined, and there's almost, if there's like, I could even say there's no corruption in Rwanda. That's how good it is. The corruption levels in Rwanda is very, very low, especially when it comes to government agencies and dealing with government in general. So, you could definitely invest in tourism, or in what I would say like in property as well. The Airbnb market is really good in Rwanda because you have a lot of tourists, a lot of visitors visiting Rwanda. So things like property, things like hospitality. Those are areas I reckon you could invest in Rwanda. Yeah.
Fantastic, brothers. Are you hearing that, brothers? Brothers, are you hearing this, brothers? Right, this is very important. It's great to travel. The women are great, but us as black men have to start thinking about the bigger picture as well, investing and building wealth. Right, the brothers saying Rwanda is a great country for brothers to invest in, particularly the Airbnb industry. Brothers, when you get into IT, when crypto hopefully pops up for us, brothers, next year, I'm gonna need you, brothers, to invest in Africa, man. Rwanda, Central African countries, we need to make sure that we are investing in our original homelands, bruv. So, brother, when you were in Rwanda, right, how did the Indians and Chinese treat you, brother? Were they disrespectful towards you?
Not really. To be honest, I didn't see a lot of them around. Uh, I would just see them like driving like fancy cars, and I didn't really see a lot of them, but they are there. And so I really didn't have one-to-one engagements with them. But it is a foreign country, so I guess that the interaction would be very cordial, I would imagine.
Were black men driving fancy cars in Rwanda as well?
To be honest, I didn't see a lot of black people driving fancy cars in Rwanda. I saw more of that in Kenya, in Nairobi, but not in Rwanda. Yeah, not in Rwanda.
So we got a problem. That's a problem for me, right? It's a problem when Indians and Chinese are driving these fancy cars, being millionaires in African countries, but in China and India, we have nothing there. That's a big problem for me, to be honest, bro. I'll keep it a stack. Africans and black people need to start being more cutthroat, right, to other people that ain't of the same ilk. They do it to us, therefore we gotta return the favor. Brother, I'm not playing no games out here, man. I'm telling you, crypto, IT. Let's start investing. Let's start moving as a unit, as a collective, right, to build this wealth and dominate and be elites. I ain't playing no games, brothers, man. Ain't that right, Mr. Aloye?
Absolutely, especially in Africa, we should be the ones like, on top of the food chain and running and driving things. So definitely, more of the black diaspora should definitely invest in Africa and in countries like Rwanda and the rest. Definitely.
Absolutely, man. Don't worry, bro. There'll be crypto streams coming on the way, investments in Africa streams coming on the way. I ain't playing no games, bro. We need the black passport bros to be investing in Africa. We need to be running things in Africa with our African brothers and sisters alongside each other, man. Very important. So, next question for you, brother, is so when it comes to accommodation, brother, where were you staying? Was it Airbnb? Was it hotels? Break it down for us, bro.
So I was staying at an Airbnb. Like I said, the cost of living in Rwanda is quite high, and I think that is largely because it is very import dependent. Like I said, it is a small country. I don't think the manufacturing base is quite, it's quite high at the moment. So, and Rwanda is a landlocked country, so all of their imports and exports is they rely heavily in the ports in Mombasa, Port Mombasa in Kenya. So things there, things in Rwanda are quite high. That's for sure, and definitely with accommodation as well. The Airbnb market is better. I was staying at a Airbnb. It was a sort of it was something like an hotel or like a hotel, but it wasn't really an hotel sort of. I don't know. It was like a guest house sort of, and the price was very 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 affordable. And so that's another area, like you said, passport bros or bros in general could invest in. The Airbnb accommodation market is really good in Rwanda. So, you could get a guest house, you could get your own property, put it up for Airbnb. That's a really good area to invest in. So I would say if you want to live in Rwanda, I would say the Airbnb, or if you want to visit Rwanda, I would say the Airbnb would be better than the hotel. The hotels are really expensive, really expensive.
Okay. And you're saying the Airbnbs are cheap, much cheaper.
Yeah, more cheaper relative to the hotel. So you would still find like decent Airbnbs there as well, but I think you get more value for the Airbnb than you get for the hotels when it comes to price or
Fantastic,
pricing.
bro.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you were, I'm guessing you said at Airbnbs, right?
Yeah, I said on Airbnb, it wasn't too far from the city, had a pool. Um, you also had a kitchen, so you could come downstairs your room, just get a breakfast. So it was pretty decent. It was pretty decent. Yeah, where I stayed at, but it was an Airbnb. Yeah, but it was more like a guest
Awesome.
house. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Now, next question for you, brother, right, is in terms of so obviously, unfortunately, some African countries do have xenophobia, and I don't understand that. Particularly like South Africa, a couple of years ago, they had some sort of beef with Nigerians, which was disgusting to see in real time over here in the UK. Didn't like that at all. So let me ask this, brother, right? Um, is that a problem there? That tribalism, that if you're Western, if you're from UK, black American black man, if you're from a different African country, they feel some sort of animosity towards you.
Nah, to be honest, in Rwanda they love Nigerians. They love Nigerians because they think Nigerians have money, especially Nigerian men. So I didn't see that in Rwanda. Like I said, Rwanda is a small country and it's a country that is beginning to open up its borders So a lot of tourists and visitors from overseas. So they really like the idea of having people visit. There's really I think things like that are really frowned against in Rwanda, and also because Rwanda also has a history of tribalism and things history of segregation, and so they really frown against things like that in Rwanda. So I don't think you would ever be in a situation where you'll be discriminated against just because you're from a different African country or you're from anywhere else in the world. Yeah.
Fantastic, awesome, awesome. This is great, man. This is great for English brothers, American brothers, Canadian brothers, Australian brothers, African brothers. This is exactly what I want to hear, man. So next question for you, brother. Now, for me, it is in terms of let's say the people themselves, right? How are Rwandan people like, brother? Are they friendly people in general? Is there anything interesting about them, bro? Break it down for us.
Rwandans are usually very simple-minded and very, you know, very friendly, I would say. And they stay a lot. So, but not like they stay in a bad way. Like if they see you and you look some type of way, or there's something about you that stands out, they would stare at you. So that's very common in Rwanda. But other than that, the people are very simple. Um, I'll say this. So Rwanda is I sort of switched to English. I think in the past, maybe in the last 20 years. So most people in Rwanda speak a language called Kinyarwanda. I think it's Kinyarwanda or something like that, which is like the predominant language in Rwanda. However, if people speak French as well, so the average Rwanda speaks about three languages: French, English, and Kinyarwanda, which is like is the main language. So uh, you could have some sort of problem if it depends on the level of education the person has. I noticed that I struggled a lot sometimes with just trying to communicate with people, but those are just regular people. Uh, but as when it comes to how they would treat you, or how they are in general, that Rwandans are good people. That's for sure. They're kind, they're sweet, and they're easy to deal with.
Awesome, awesome. So now, brother, so tell me about transportation. How do brothers move out there in Rwanda? Is it public
Oh,
transportation good? The buses and the train, or is it Uber or taxis?
oh, that's one area I think Rwanda really needs to work on. Um, so when it comes to transportation, they have what you call them boda bodas. It's like a bike. They have that in most African cities. I think that's the cheapest mode of transportation in Rwanda. However, with the cabs, they're a bit pricey. They're a bit pricey with the cabs. And so they don't have Uber, they have their own, type of Uber sort of app, which is really not the best. But if you do get maybe a cab on that app, I would transportation when it comes to cabs and taxes in Rwanda is a bit pricey. However, you can easily move around with bikes. That is the cheapest mode of transportation in Rwanda, and uh, it's quite accessible as well. But you just have to be cautious because it can be dangerous at times. Because I remember falling off one while I was there as well. So just make sure that you are safe while you're there.
Awesome. Fantastic, bro. So, next question for you now is in terms of cost of living there, brother. Overall, is it a cheap country, Rwanda? And how should we budget for it for a week or two? Was it expensive to you to buy food, water? Overall cost of living, brother. How was it? How's it like there, bro?
I think Rwanda is quite expensive, to be honest. Like of all the cities that I went to, because I was during my travel, I visited four African countries, and I would say Rwanda is the most expensive. I remember I was spending. almost $100 a day or in 2 days, which is quite pricey. Even I don't think I spend up to that even in living in Australia. So, but I think it all depends on your lifestyle though. But I would passport brothers should definitely know that it is expensive in Rwanda. So if you want to go to Rwanda, Rwanda is not a place where you can just take a bit of money. Nah, you need to take lots of money. It is quite expensive in Rwanda when it comes to even basic commodities like even water, food. However, maybe because I was a tourist, so maybe the places I was going to were a bit pricey. Things I was doing were a bit pricey. Maybe if you're local and you know where to get like cheaper stuff, maybe it's way cheaper. But Rwanda is definitely pricey for tourists. Yeah,
Okay. Wow. Would you say as pricey as the US, Canada, as Western
I want.
countries, or
No, no, no. I want to say as pricey as Western countries, definitely, but it is quite pricey. So I feel like Rwanda is even it's pricier than living in I would say a place like Kenya. So if you want to live in
oh,
Rwanda, I would say make sure that your earnings are in dollars. that I can tell you. So if you're passport bro and you're doing IT, there's good internet, 5G internet, you know, good standard of living, like good infrastructure, you could definitely live in Rwanda, but make sure you're earning dollars or you have a very good business that you do in Rwanda. It is pricey, I would say. Yeah.
thank you, brother, for the transparency. So what about food, brother, right? How is food like, brother, in Rwanda? Is it tasty? Is it expensive? And what's the favorite? What was your favorite cuisine there in Rwanda?
Okay, so I stayed mostly at the guest house that I told you, and the food wasn't that bad. It was actually good. I think they serve a lot of or they sell a lot of continental dishes and even your very regular dishes you can have anywhere. Rice. French fries. So I think the food is actually very good in Rwanda. But like I said, it all depends on your taste and what you're looking for. So if you're gonna be eating at a fancy restaurant, you're gonna be paying more. If you're gonna be making your food at home, you're definitely be paying less. If you're gonna be living at a guest house, the food will definitely be, won't be as pricey as staying in a hotel. So it all depends on what your standard of living is and where you're getting your food. So I do think it all depends on where where you get your food from. Oh yeah, but I would say it is not as cheap as I would say maybe in Kenya or Uganda or Ethiopia. Yeah, but it compared to the US, it's still way cheaper. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So you said it's safe, brother. How safe is Rwanda? Is it a very safe country, brother, to be walking around at night, in daytime? No one will try to rob you or attack you as a foreigner. Is it a very safe country, brother?
IP, I could live in Rwanda, man. Honestly. I can definitely live in Rwanda is so safe. Like sometimes I feel like even my shadow was getting policed. That was how safe Rwanda is. Like it's so safe. Like you can walk out at early, like dead hours of the night, early in the morning. It's so safe. There's nothing to fear in Rwanda. I think it's one of the safest cities in Africa or probably even in the world. So I even feel more safe in Rwanda than I feel safe in Melbourne. That's how safe it is in Rwanda. So when it comes to safety, it's top notch. Rwanda is definitely safe. Very, very safe. Very, very safe. Yeah.
Incredible, man. Incredible. Incredible so far. Amazing, brother. So can they tell the difference between a Rwandan man and a Western man, brother?
I would I would say so because they could tell that I was different.
How?
I could say. I think it all depends on how you look and how you present yourself. Uh, Most Rwandans have a certain look, I would say. So Rwanda is mostly made up of, I think, three ethnic groups. You have the Tutsis, the Hutus, and there's another group of people. I don't remember what the name is. So the Tutsis are Nilotic in nature. So if you see Kigami, that is what a Tutsi looks like. Um, the Hutus are usually Bantu people, and you could tell, or they can tell, if you're not from Rwanda from just the way you look. So I think, yeah, I think you wouldn't be able to, you know, uh, get away with, wanting to pretend that you're Rwandanese or something like that, but you're from Rwanda. I think they would definitely, um, could tell that they could tell that I wasn't from Rwanda. That's for sure. And it wasn't just in Rwanda anyway. I think being someone that has lived in the diaspora, I think we have a certain look. Like even the last time I was in Nigeria, they could tell that I wasn't. They could tell I was Nigerian, but they could tell that I was from the West or I was from the diaspora. I think it's just, you know, I think it's just what it is. So they could definitely tell that I wasn't a foreigner. Yeah.
Damn, incredible, incredible, awesome, bro. Um, I think those are my general questions I have so far, and now I'm going to move on to the woman part, brother. Awesome live stream so far. So I'm going to ask you, brother. Right, very important question, bro. Um, and it's a question that obviously the brothers have all been waiting for, bro. Are Rwandan women, right, in Rwanda checking heavy for brothers and passport bros?
Absolutely. 1000% there. 1000% they are checking out for brothers. Absolutely. They are. They are checking out for brothers in Rwanda. Definitely.
Damn.
Absolutely.
Why is that, bro? Why?
um, I don't know. I think, you know, during the genocide, uh a lot of men were killed in Rwanda. That's one. So I think there's a shortage of men basically in Rwanda as compared to the female population. So there's a lot of females there. That's one. Two, I think the Rwandese women are open to dating foreigners. Yeah, I think they are. And so it wouldn't be out of place if you met a girl in Rwanda, you speak to her, she likes you, and I think they're really open to dating foreigners. And another thing, um, like everywhere in the world, women like men of substance. So if you have some sort of substance, if you're well to do, you work in IT or whatever field that you work in, and you're well grounded, they will definitely, you know, um, look towards your way. So the women there are definitely, um, you know, um, definitely interested or open to dating foreigners. That's for sure. Yeah.
Amazing, bro. Now, next question I got for you there, brother, is in terms of, where in Kigali, because you were only in Kigali, right? I'm guessing.
I was mostly in Kigali. Yep.
Okay. Where in Kigali, right, are the best spots to meet respectable women, bro? Is it the coffee shops? Is it the museums? Break it down for us, bro.
That's one. That's a tough question. That's a tough question. Um, I would say there's one thing I didn't explore in Rwanda though, and that's having making friends with a local that's a male. So that's another way that you could get through to women. Like if you have a male friend that knows his way around the place, he can easily, match you up or introduce you to his friends or sister or whatnot. That's one way that you could definitely meet, you know, women in Rwanda. I didn't. A lot of them don't actually come out though. That's one thing I noticed in Rwanda. Like because I see a lot of on Instagram, you see a lot of Rwandanese women that are models or a lot of those very very attractive and beautiful women. I didn't see a lot of them while I was in Rwanda, but they are there. So I think the culture in Rwanda is that most women that are of marriageable age that are not married are usually home. So you hardly you find a Rwandan lady who is ripe enough to get married, um, living back on her own or living with friends in a shared apartment or whatnot. I think the culture is totally against things like that. So you rather find them at home with the parents. However, if you go to certain places, maybe on a weekend, on a Friday, there's a spot called Pili Pili. Um, it's a really nice spot. That's a place you can go to. You will definitely find very attractive and well-to-do Rwandanese women there as well at that spot. And I would say on the weekends, like certain type of bars, certain types of restaurants, certain types.
Oh, he dropped off. He dropped off. He'll be back. He'll be back. Hold on, brothers. Let me get some water.
If you're looking for like a
Carry
very
on, bro.
decent, yeah, maybe another avenue you can explore, like I said, is maybe the church. So maybe a nearby church around you or a big church in Rwanda. However, I think you definitely will need more because I wasn't there for long, but I was only there for like um, you know close to 2 weeks. So I think that if you're definitely looking for you know um, like very responsible women, it would definitely be you have someone that introduces you to one, or maybe at um, weddings or ceremonies or places like um, maybe a church, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. So, are the women there religious, bro, in Rwanda?
Um, they're religious? Not sure. Not sure they're religious. But they do practice. So I think the main religion in Rwanda is Christianity, and also you have a population of Muslims there as well. So I wouldn't say they're religious per se, but I'll definitely say that they do religious in the sense that maybe they're very, I don't know, holier thou or things like that. I wouldn't really say, I didn't really find that sort of energy there, but I would say they're conscious of religious doctrines and things like that, but I wouldn't say they're very 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 religious. Yeah.
Okay. Um, is feminism a problem amongst the women?
No, no, no. Funny enough, Rwanda, I think, has the largest amount of women in parliament anywhere in the world.
Mm,
So women in Rwanda are very, empowered. We find a lot of women in like top government agencies and even in parliament. Like I said, the women makes majority of people in parliament. And like I said, that's one of the reasons because there's a lot of women there as opposed to the percentage with the men population. There's a lot of women in Rwanda, and that, like I said, is largely because of the war as well that happened in the past. But regardless, I don't find a lot of feminist toxic ideology amongst their women. Nah, I don't think it exists in Rwanda. If it does, it's
fan-
very low. Yeah.
fantastic. So, next question for you, bro, is hmm. So, are Rwandan women good looking?
IP. I thought you never asked. They are good looking, IP. They are. They are extremely good looking. Extremely good looking. Rwanda women are extremely good looking. They are. You could find a chick about 6'1", 6'2".
No, too tall.
You know, no, that's
Carry on, bro.
yeah. You could find things like that in Rwanda. I'm just giving you what you could. I'm just trying to let you know what you could find there. Obviously, the
Okay.
average heights of females there are not that tall, you know, but you could find girls like that of that sort of height with a body like a Coca-Cola bottle,
Damn.
you know. Just try to keep it, PG. So the women there are extremely beautiful, yeah, with massive behinds and yeah, you know the rest. So I'll just keep it PG.
Incredible. And so
Yeah,
you're saying body wise, right? The body's on point. But hold on, brother. I love slim, thick woman, right? Very important. Not too fat, not too skinny. Slim, thick gym, slim, thick chicks, right? Can I find that in Rwanda?
absolutely. I agree. There's a lot of them like that in Rwanda. Lots, lots of them. Flat tummy, slim, thick. Oof, so many. So many happy. Yes, yes, yes. There's a lot of you know that type of figure, shape, or beauty in Rwanda. Hips, hips.
Oh, and these women, right? They wanna they are open towards dating and marrying a brother from the UK, from America, Canada, right? Australia.
Absolutely,
Damn.
absolutely. Yeah. Even other Africans. It doesn't. You don't even have to even come from the diaspora. Like I said, as long as you have your stuff together, you're good. You know, there's a good aura about you. You're doing. You're yeah, you're good to go. Good to go.
This is incredible. Hold on, bro. Shout out to Mr. Sean Grand for the first super chat tonight. Thank you, bro, for the support. Much appreciated. $10. Thank you, bro. So trying to blend in by my dressings, local and not speaking isn't possible like it is in Brazil.
And a blend
You see
in
that?
dressing local. Not speaking isn't possible like in Brazil. Is he
So I think
asking a question or?
yeah, he's referring to that. Is it will it be hard for him to blend in to try and be like the Rwandans, or will they spot him as as a foreigner?
They will spot you straight up as as a foreigner in Rwanda. That I can tell you. However, um, it doesn't really matter. It won't really change how they perceive you or how they respond to you in any way. Um, they will still respond to you pretty good. Yeah,
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, bro.
yeah.
So, next question then for you, bro, is so when it comes to language, right? English is a good way to communicate with Rwandan women. Most of them know English.
So, like most of this women below 30 or even maybe below 35 do speak English. Um, I'll say maybe below 30. So, like I said, uh, an average educated Rwandan uh, person, male or female, speaks three languages. They speak English, they speak French, and they speak Rwanda. So I think if the girl is of a certain class, I don't think English should be a problem. Yeah, they do speak English.
Awesome. So is age gap is an age gap, let's say you got a brother who's 40, 45, right? And he wants to date a 21, 22-year-old woman in Rwanda. Is that acceptable in Rwanda, bro? No problems?
Absolutely, I think in most African cultures that's acceptable. That's not a problem at all. That's not a problem. Nah, that's not a problem.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing. So Next question for you, go on, bro.
No, I think if you're above 28, 29, you even be considered too old as a female over there. So the younger the better.
Incredible. Yes. So, next question for you, bro, is what about other races of women there, brother? Did you see other ethnic groups of women there living in Rwanda? And were they checking for brothers or were they with brothers in Rwanda?
Yes, yes, there are other ethnic groups of women. Uh, Funny enough, I do watch a brother on YouTube who is from Rwanda and lives in Rwanda, and the wife, I believe, is Canadian, and they have a YouTube channel together. I think they are farmers. They do like animal farming. So there are other ethnic groups of people in Rwanda. But if they are actively checking out for brothers, I wouldn't say because I wasn't actively checking out for them while I was there. I was I was actively checking out for the Rwandan sisters while I was in Rwanda. So yeah, there's definitely other ethnic groups of women in Rwanda. Yeah.
And what kind of ethnic groups the most did you see there? Was it, I'm guessing, white? Any other ethnic
Yeah,
groups? Women,
yeah, I
women.
did see more Caucasian women in Rwanda than any other ethnic group. But they are you would find North Africans, Arabs, Indians, Chinese as well. But I saw mostly Caucasian women while I was there. Yeah.
Were the women there? Did you see some of those women with brothers?
Maybe in a group, but I couldn't really say I saw a Rwandanese guy one on one with a Caucasian woman. Nah, I don't. I was nah. I couldn't recall seeing that.
Okay, interesting, bro. So next question for you, bro, is so if you were to have like a dime, a Rwandan girlfriend, right? Literally 10 out of 10, she's perfect. Would Rwandan dudes hate?
Nah, I wouldn't think that. Nah, I don't think that's really common in Rwanda. Um, nah, I wouldn't think so. Nah, nah.
Awesome.
I think, yeah, nah, I wouldn't. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I think they would even you know encourage you to date their women because there's like I said, there's heaps of them. So yeah, they would actually even encourage you to date a Rwandan female while you're there, rather than hating on you for being with one. I don't think they would mind or bother. Nah.
So since there's, so many women there, brother, I'm guessing it's acceptable for men to have multiple Rwandan wives and multiple Rwandan girlfriends.
Um, yeah, I think they do appreciate exclusive relationship, but it all depends on what religion the woman subscribes to. So if she's I don't know about Rwanda, but I know like with the Muslim faith, you are allowed to have more than one wife. So if she's of that faith, I think she can be more uh susceptible to you having not susceptible, but just you having another wife to being if she was a Christian. So I think if she was a Christian, you might have challenges, you know, getting her to accept you having another wife, or if you're in a relationship with her, you having other women. I don't think they would really like that idea. Yeah, I wouldn't say, yeah.
Okay. Um, so when it comes to body count, bro, um, do Rwandan women on average have low body counts? And can we find a virgin woman out there, bro?
You can definitely find virgins in Rwanda. But one thing I did notice in Rwanda is like I said, it is a very conservative environment. And while I was there, I noticed while on Tinder, a lot of the girls on Tinder were pros.
What?
Uh Yep, yep. While I was there, I used Tinder a lot, and I noticed a lot of the girls on Tinder were pros. But I think the main reason could be, like I said, things like that are very frowned out at Rwanda. You wouldn't find a red light district anywhere in the city of Kigali. The government will crack that down immediately. So I figured that a lot of the girls who were on social media, especially like on dating apps, especially Tinder, were mostly pros. So if that's what you're looking for, it's accessible right there in Rwanda. So obviously, if you're a pro, you would definitely have a lot of body count, but you would still find a lot of good, good conservative women there in Rwanda that have very low body counts, that have either been with one boyfriend or two boyfriends all their life. So that you would definitely find in Rwanda. But they are sexually active there as well, the women there. So that's something you should also keep in mind.
Okay. Um, when you say active in that term, is that pros or in a relationship they're active?
Boats.
Always gonna try to keep it
Boats.
PG. Interesting.
Boats. Yeah, I had an amazing time while I was there. I can tell you that for sure.
Hey, we probably got to do a Patreon version of this stuff, brother. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I need that intel for the Patreon, man. I'm super interested in Rwanda. So,
Mm.
um, we can find virgins there. That's great. And would you say the virgin women are mostly going to be Christians and Muslim?
It could be from any faiths, to be honest. You could find them as Christians, you could find them as Muslim as well. But like I said, the city, Kigali itself, is um the city is how do I put this? I think in the next 5 years, Kigali will be one of the most sought after cities in Africa and in the world because it's opened up to a lot of foreigners. So you see a lot of foreigners coming into Rwanda, coming into Kigali. These foreigners, some of them have resources, they have money. So, the women are getting more exposed to, you know, this type of dudes or men. Um, so I think now you still find a lot of women that are, you know, virgins or whatnot with low body counts, but I think in the nearest future that might change. But you could definitely find virgins, either be Christians or Muslims. It doesn't really matter. You will still find that in Kigali.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, are Rwandan women wifeable, brother? From what you saw, what you heard, what you experienced, brother.
Absolutely. They are definitely wifeable. Absolutely. Very wifeable. Yeah.
And
Very
what makes them
wifeable.
wifeable, in your opinion? Why?
Um, like I said, the average Rwandanese lady wants to get married early. That's one. They want to raise a family. The the culture sort of demands that, and they definitely, you know, uh, you know, like I said, there's a lot of family orientated uh, how should I say this? I think in Rwanda, family is very key. So a lot of the women there that are, in their mid to early 20s are definitely up to or looking forward to getting married. So if that's what you're looking for, you would definitely find that in Rwanda. They're really open to, that sort of getting married early, having a stable family household and, raising a family. That definitely you will find in Rwanda.
Awesome. So, next question for you, bro, is in terms of, let me think here. So, how do we spot, right, high body count women or HOES in Rwanda, bro?
Okay, so first bet would be you could definitely spot them from, platforms like Tinder. So if you see a girl you like on Tinder and you say hello, and she replies hello back, and she said telling you where do you stay, how much are you willing to pay for the night, then you can definitely tell that she's a pro. Or maybe you're at a club or you're at a bar and you see a group of girls, maybe two, three, or four, all by themselves, then you can definitely tell that this person or that group of girls are pros, So that you can definitely spot out pros that way. But if you see a group of girls and a group like in that group you have both male and female, then there's a chance that she's just out and about with friends or family. So you should definitely see a group of girls by themselves, at a club or at a bar or at a club or a bar mostly. You could definitely tell that those type of girls are pros. Yeah,
Okay, awesome, bro. Now, how strong-willed are Rwandan women, right? Let's say you have a Rwandan girlfriend, right, and you want to bring her to America, which I advise against, but some brothers will do so. Will she keep to her conservative Rwandan customs, or will she, you know, become susceptible to American culture, the feminism, the liberalism, all that nonsense, bro?
I think it depends on because the Rwandanese women in America itself, and all across the world, the Rwandanese women, yeah, as well, and the ones that I've come across, are they're okay. So I think it all depends on, um, you know, like, do you know her well enough? Like, have you been around her well enough? Um, I would suggest that if you marrying a Rwandan girl, I would suggest that you live in Rwanda or you live somewhere in Africa, you
Mm.
know. But I still think that if she's well cultured, if she's good, and you probably have dated her for a while, and you can tell you could definitely tell how she is. I think you could still bring her if that's what your plan is. But you should definitely I've known her well enough in order to do that.
Awesome, bro. I got a super chat here. Hold on. Shout out to Mr. Ozzy for the $2 super chat. Did you see any Rwandan females with foreign men?
Well, I was foreign, and they were with me, so
I think he means in terms of like other races of men, like white men, Chinese men, Indian
nah,
men, Arab men.
not really, not really. I didn't see a lot of Rwandanese women with foreign with yeah non-black men. I'm sure they are, but I didn't see a lot.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome. So, next question for you, brother, is do do Rwandan women have a lot of male friends?
they do have friends. Um, you should remember. You should like you should remember that they are living in their country. So they will definitely do have friends, maybe that they went to school with, or friends that live within their neighborhood, or their friends that are friends to their maybe brothers or cousins. So they would definitely have male friends. Yeah, yeah.
And if you told her, hey, I like you, and one of my conditions for me to date you is for you to stop speaking to your male friends, or you know, you know, uh, yeah, not don't hang out with them. Will she listen, brother, or will she bite back like Western women do?
I think it depends what the relationship is. Like if you think that she's definitely speaking to a guy that that you're not comfortable with, I think if she likes you, she would either tell you that, oh, it's not what you think. This person is my friend. We've been friends from high school, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing to worry about. Or if you think that, that particular person is moving some type of way, and if she really likes you, I think she would, most likely cut off that relationship. But I think you might still find some that might, that might, push back. So yeah, I think it depends on the person rather than the culture.
Awesome. Awesome, bro. Fantastic. Now, another question for you, brother, is girls trips. Um, do Rwandan women, do that the girls trip nonsense, like going to Jamaica or other African countries to get ran through by other Rasta dudes or African dudes, like Western women do in Barbados and Mexico?
Nah, I haven't seen a lot of that, but you do have sometimes Rwandanese girls that are well off. Like if you're leaving Rwanda to go on a girl trip outside of Rwanda, it will mean that you are well off in some type of way. So I have seen that happen, but I wouldn't think it's just because they want to go get run off by other dudes. I think maybe just to go visit other countries. It could be a foreign country abroad overseas, or it could be another African country. So I have seen that, but I wouldn't really say the average girl that can afford to live Rwanda is definitely well off. And if that's the reason for them leaving, it could be that they're going for some sort of touristy activity. I remember while I was in Ethiopia, I did see a Rwanda lady who was in I think she came from one of the she came to a museum or park, but she was with a dude though. So I think you would mostly find things like that. Not to say that some don't do, but I wouldn't think it would be like you will find, with women, like with Western women. Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me ask this then, bro. Rich women, right? Did you come across rich Rwandan women, and how were they like personality wise? Were they arrogant? Would they still date, foreign black men? Break it down for us.
Rich Rwandanese women. I didn't come across a lot, but I think they do exist. But I think it will depend on what the age ranges. I think for most Rwandanese women that are above maybe 35, majority of them will be married. And so I don't really know how, they move when it comes to, uh, you know, because most rich women would be married women. I don't know if they move, if they do those sort of out of marriage, whatever. But nah, I didn't really come across a lot of rich Rwandanese women. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, fantastic. So, next question for you, brother, is social media a problem there in Rwanda amongst the women, brother?
Oof. I don't know if it's a problem, but social media is quite active around there. So you find Rwandanese women on social media apps like Instagram, like Facebook, like Twitter, like Tinder. So I wouldn't really say it's a problem, but they are definitely very active on social media. Social media is quite big there in Rwanda, especially platforms like Instagram.
Okay, okay. Is IG models a thing there in Rwanda?
Yeah, yeah, I would say that. I would say that. Like I said, the women they are very attractive. So and they are aware that they are attractive. So you find a lot of you know social like Instagram models and things like that. I think it is very visible in Rwanda. But I would say compared to maybe other African countries like maybe Kenya and the rest, I wouldn't think it's it's much. It's up to that level. Yeah, I wouldn't say you would find the levels where you'll find in Nigeria and Kenya. I don't think you'll find that in Rwanda, but they are. It's definitely active. Social like Instagram models and stuff in Rwanda. It's definitely there.
Awesome, bro. Now, next question for you, brother, is are Rwandan women submissive and feminine?
Mm. I would say they are. I would say they are. But like I said, you have to vet the girl properly. Like even if you're dating a girl, you have to make sure that she meets, if not all, most of the characteristics that you're looking for. I would say they are submissive, uh, and feminine. But like I said, it could differ from person to person. So as a brother, it is definitely your responsibility to make sure that the female you're talking to, or the lady you're talking to, meets at least most of the characteristics that you're looking for in a woman. But I would say they are submissive and feminine, definitely very feminine.
Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic, bro. These women cook, they clean, they're
Abs-
literally in the household.
Definitely, they cook, clean, and take care of you. Um, you know, in the room.
Hey, we gotta do a Patreon. We gotta do a Patreon on that, bro. I'm telling you. Um, do they would they bathe and moisturize you as well?
Well, if that's what you're into, if that's what you're into, and that's what you want, and you're definitely in a relationship with a girl, yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, she would do that.
Stunning, wonderful. Now, another question for you, brother, is so when it comes to clubs and bars, bro, in Kigali, Rwanda, are these is that a scene where you meet pros and hoes, or can you meet respectable women in the nightlife scene, brother?
You can definitely meet all of the above in the nightlife scene. You can meet pros and hoes, and you can definitely meet responsible women as well. So it all depends. But I think for responsible women, you might find them more in nice restaurants than at bars or hotel or clubs. You will find them at clubs as well, but they'll usually be within a group of friends. You see?
Mm.
So it's two ways. In a group of friends, they can be hoes. In a group of friends, they could be well respected and likable women. So it all depends. But you can tell from just looking at them, observing them, how they move, how they are they acting all ratchet? Are they, not like ratchet to the point where, like you have it, with Ray Ray and not that type of ratchetness, but you could tell just by the way they move, like, oh, this person is a pro, or this person is a decent, likable, respected lady. So you could definitely tell. But if you're looking for well-respected women, I think you'll find them more in restaurants than at a club. Yeah.
Can you name us your favorite bars and clubs, brother, if you can remember?
Okay, I did. There's a place called Riders Lounge in Kigali Heights. Kigali Heights Mall is a mall within the city of Kigali. I think it's at Kimihura. There's a lounge there called Riders Lounge. It's a nice spot. Another nice spot is Pili Pili. Pili Pili is another good spot because I remember while I was there, I was supposed to meet up with a friend at Pili Pili, but I was with this chick, and we ended up going to this old club called Envy. And I remember my friend came with, he had another guy that he was with, and he came with his two very, very beautiful women. I was like, man, where did you pick up this? Where did you find these girls? And they said, oh, they were at Pili Pili. So Pili Pili is definitely a spot brothers should check when they're in Kigali. Pili Pili, yeah.
So, brother, how are
Mhm.
you meeting women? Your person yourself, brother. How are you meeting women?
Okay, so had before I left for Rwanda, I had subscribed to a dating app called Afro Introductions. Uh, that app I came across watching one of your channels anyway. I think it was your Ethiopian stream, which was done last year or something. So I came across that app called Afro Introductions, and I've spoken to a few women before I got there. So while the very first day that I got there in the evening, which was obviously late. the next day, one of the girls I had spoken with had come to see me at my guest house. So that's definitely a avenue brothers can use. After introduction, I wouldn't say Tinder. I don't think I think Tinder in Rwanda is very. I think if you're looking for like quick, you know, um, fun, you could definitely use Tinder. Yeah, Tinder is very um, I would recommend Tinder if that's what you're looking for. But if you're looking for more long term or more respectable women, I would say apps like Afro Introduction or Inch. Yeah. So you could definitely explore dating apps before you go or while you are in Rwanda.
Awesome. Did you cold approach? Oh, sorry, Hinge, right? Is that good? Is that less pros on Hinge in Rwanda and Bumble?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure if Bumble exists in Rwanda, but I know Inch is in Rwanda. I didn't know that while I was there, but while I got back, I did check Rwanda uh, on Inch, and I definitely saw even non-Rwandanese women that were living in Rwanda are on Inch. So that's another way if you're trying to explore non-Rwandanese in Rwanda, you could definitely find them on Inch, and you could even find more diaspora type Rwandan women on Inch as well. I remember when I was at a club, I met a girl who was um, she was born in France or she lived in France and she was in Rwanda for like a holiday, So yeah, but you wouldn't find them just on the streets. So you definitely have to go to like clubs or bars or lounges, places like that. You'll definitely find that sort of mix um, there.
And that was a
Yeah.
black chick.
Yeah. That was a beautiful Rwandanese chick. Yeah,
So, cold approaching, brother. Did you cold approach in Rwanda?
I definitely did. I did code approach.
Okay. And is that
That is correct.
acceptable? Is it
It
successful?
is. It was successful. Very successful.
So,
Very successful. Yeah, yeah. You can code approach definitely.
where did you most do your cold approach? Was it the mall? Was it at the parks?
So, like I said, most of the women that I spoke to while I was there had already met. So I'd already had my game planned out or set out. So, however, there was a time that I did go out to the lounge that I told you, Riders Lounge, and I did meet this pretty girl. She was with friends or family, and I just went straight up. She was looking at me actually. She was, kept looking at me, kept looking at me. I was like, okay, she's definitely giving me a sign that that she likes what she's saying. And I just went straight up to her, asked her for her name. While our family was there, like, asked for her name. She told me her name. I said, I'd like to get your number. She gave me a number, and we caught up afterwards. So yeah, you can definitely caught up with while you're there.
So you did that in front of her family, her dad and mum and siblings.
No, not a man. Not yeah. No, it was mostly our siblings, like maybe brother, sister, cousin. Not the mom or dad. If that was the situation, I wouldn't have gone at all. Yeah.
So, how do you cold approach, brother? What did you say out there? Just yeah. How do you go about cold approaching out there, brother? And what do you say specifically to get the number?
Yeah, it just depends on your game. You go say you say hello, hi. My name is this. Nice to meet you. Ask for a name. You can tell her that you're new in town. You're just trying to make friends. Is it okay if you get a number? She can show you around. Whatever. Like, yeah, I think that's a good way to just cold approach. Just tell her that look, you're new in town. You love Rwanda. It's a beautiful country. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely easy.
Awesome, fantastic. Now, were you cold approached out there by a woman?
I wasn't. I think Rwandans are a bit shy though when it comes to that. I don't think they would come to you directly and say hello. I think you'll find more of that in Kenya or Uganda. Uh, but I think they would give you signs. But that was that was my experience anyway. Maybe if you're a 10 over 10 dude, maybe they would come to you and be like, "Hello." I don't know, but I think that mostly they would definitely give you signs that they're interested, and that's left to you to then step up and do your thing.
What kind of tuning signals do they give on average, brother?
They'll just look at you, look at you, maybe smile. Maybe you look at her, she's looking at you, and you say hello. She says hello back, or she smiles. Then that's a sign that she's feeling you. So definitely, if you can tell if a chick is feeling you, and how she will look at you, how she will gaze at you, how she will yeah. So definitely the signs are there.
Awesome, awesome. Now, next question for you, brother, is in terms of hmm, let me see, let me see. Um, Give me 1 second. Let me see. So the nightlife there, brother, is it vibrant? Is it good? And what kind of music do they play, bro?
It is vibrant. It is good. They play mostly. I think it's what they play in most African countries nowadays. Afrobeat, I'm a piano, and a bit of rap and a bit of hip hop as well. But the hip hop part is like 20%. Afrobeat is like maybe 60, and sometimes they play local music as well, but mostly Afrobeat and I'm a piano. Yeah.
Awesome. And
So you're gonna be in a lot of Burna Boy, a lot of Whiskey, a lot of Davido, in the clubs over there. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
shout out to the Afrobeats, man. Shout out to Mr. Ozzy for the $2 super chat. Did most Rwanda women wear their natural hair? Great question there, bro.
Oh, some do, and some wear weaves as well. I did notice that a lot of them do wear the natural hair though. Yeah, yeah, they do wear natural hair. Yeah, but some wear weaves as well. So it depends.
Awesome. Shout out to Ozzy again. Thank you, bro, for the support. How do Rwanda women dress? Dresses, booty shorts.
I think they dress. I think it depends, but they do dress decent. Tops, jeans. Funny enough, there was an incident where this Rwandan chick went to a rave in Rwanda, and she was wearing like transparent clothes, revealing clothes,
I
and she
saw
got
that.
arrested. Yeah, she got arrested.
Good.
She got arrested, man. So yeah, I think most of the time they're well dressed. Yeah.
Shout out to the Rwandan authorities for arresting these hoes. Fantastic, man. It's nonsense, man. I don't know
Yeah.
what's up with some women nowadays, man. Wear some flipping clothes. Jeez.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so, next question for you, bro. So you're saying overall, brother, they're just quite conservative, even when it's hot as well. Long skirts, cover their arms, cover their chest, on average.
Um, I think the younger generation dress. I want to say all of them wear like long skirts or shirts, but they do dress like tops. Like even if it's a bit revealing, it won't be a point where you're like, man, what is she wearing? So yeah, the girl that came to my guest house, a lot of them though did wear very decent clothes, long skirt. Yeah, there was a lot of that as well. But even if they're dressing, even if they're not wearing long clothes, they wear like jeans, nice tops. So yeah, it's not over the top. Yeah.
This is good, man. Right now, when it's summertime, right, I love it when women wear like those long jean skirts. I just find it very
Mm,
attractive. Conservative but still looks nice.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and it's kind of cut. You can show that they show a bit of their leg to give it space, but it's still like conservative dressed. I love it, man. I wish more women dressed like that. You know.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So next question for you, bro, is: Are Rwanda women materialistic?
Um, Materialistic. I think it depends on the girl. I think it
Mm,
depends on the girl. Um, One thing I didn't know in Rwanda is that the economy Um, it's not like it is a beautiful country, and it is a country that is on the rise. But there's also disparity when it comes to like income and things like that. You see?
Mm.
So I wouldn't really say. I wouldn't really. I think it depends on the girl because a lot of the decent girls that I hang with, they weren't really too fuzzy about money or things like that. It was just we can catch up. Obviously you buy a lunch or dinner. You guys have a good conversation. So I didn't really think they're very materialistic though. But obviously every girl wants good things. So.
So when you go on dates, brother, right? I'm guessing you got to pay for food and drinks.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Except maybe she's the one asking you for a date. I think if you're asking to meet up with her, then you definitely would I think that's common in Africa though. Yeah. The men usually cover things like that. Except
Mm,
maybe she's your girlfriend and she's taking you out, then, and yeah.
okay, okay. Now next question for you, brother, is let me see. So tell me top five things, bro, you like about Rwandan women.
Five things.
Yes.
Number one, I would say their beauty. Number one, the beauty. Number two, I would say uh, like they're conservative as well. Um, three, I would say um, majority of them are family orientated. Uh, four, I would say the ability to speak like multiple languages, French, English. Five, I would say they're bagging buddy.
Awesome, bro. Tell me five things you don't like about Rwandan women.
Five things I don't like about Rwanda women. Hmm. I think it's not a function of Rwandan women. I think it's just a function of the environment in Rwanda. I think
What's
Rwanda
that
is
noise?
especially.
Oh, you hear that noise?
Mm,
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't
now
know.
it's
It
gone.
might be from your. Oh yeah.
No, it's not me, bro. I
So,
think you're moving your phone too close to you or something like that. I don't know.
okay, okay. Let me keep the distance. So, I would say, um, five things I don't like. Oof, that's difficult. But I would. It might be more of a individual basis rather than a collective. Um, one thing though that I bit find funny about Rwanda is that Rwanda is expensive. That's one thing I can tell you. So um, if you were dating a chick in Rwanda, it might be a bit more expensive. And if you are living abroad, it might be a bit more expensive supporting her than maybe another African country. Um, so Rwanda is pricey. That's one thing. So I wouldn't say it's the female or the person herself. I would just say the environment there. So yeah, but I think it will be on an individual basis rather than a collective. I wouldn't really say there's something I don't like about Rwandan women or five things that I don't like about them. I will also say what I would say it all depends on the interaction that you have with the person that you're dealing with.
Awesome. Awesome. So, next question for you, right, is how should men dress out there, bro, in Rwanda? You know, um, break it down for us, but what will get us women in terms of dressing?
I think you can just dress simple. You don't need a lot of jewelry. You don't need a lot of. I think maybe t-shirts, shorts. Nice sneakers. If you because it does get warm during the day, but it depends uh what time of the year you're there. Anyway, it does get cold as well in Rwanda. I think it's an East African thing. The weather there is pretty good for someone that is from the diaspora. So it does get cold, Rwanda has a lot of hills. So at night, it does get really cold sometimes. Sometimes you might want to have your jacket with you if you live in the house. But I think it's getting closer to summer there. So I would say during the day you can wear like shorts, t-shirts, nice perfume, nice sneakers, maybe a hat, and you're good to go.
Awesome. And what kind of men do they like, brother, from what you heard in terms of personality and looks? Or yeah,
I don't think it has anything to do with looks, to be honest. I think it all depends on how you present yourself. Are you presentable? Like, are you clean? Do you smell nice? You know, do you look well groomed? So I think it's not really a function of what you look like, but more or less of how you look. As long as you're looking good, you're fresh, you're wearing like neat and nice clothes, you smell nice. I think you would get women in Rwanda. That's for sure.
awesome, brother. Are there any other cities that like Western Brothers, or is it the whole country that you went to personally, bro?
I was mostly in Kigali, but you can definitely explore. Rwanda is not really it's not a really big country. I think you can drive the whole Rwanda in 2 days. It's not a really big country, so you can definitely explore other parts of Rwanda, maybe the northern provinces or the southern provinces. But I was mostly in Kigali because I was just there for you know like 2 weeks. Uh, but if you have enough time, you can definitely explore other parts of Rwanda and see how it is. Yeah.
Awesome,
But
brother.
another thing would be if you can get a local guy that can be some sort of a guide to you. Maybe you go to a restaurant or you go to a bar or you go to a hotel and you see a well-grown brother there that speaks good. You can get his number, you could talk to him and he could, show you one or two places or tell you or a few places you can go. I think that's definitely one thing else that you can do while you're there, while you're out there. And they're really nice. They would tell you places you can go, what you can do, if you're looking for a nice system, maybe how you should move. So that's definitely, something else that you can do while you're out there.
Now, N-word use, bro. Do they say it out there, the N-word?
Nah, nah. They don't say that. Another thing in Rwanda that you should be aware is that, so like I said to you, uh, they had a history of, genocide and things like that in Rwanda. There's a museum there, the Genocide Museum. Brothers should definitely visit that museum while they're in Rwanda. It's a horror show, honestly. What you will see in that museum, by the time you're out, you'll be so, you know, you'll feel a different type of way. So things like that, like even ethnicity in Rwanda is criminalized. You can't really tell. You can't say someone is of this ethnic group or someone is of that ethnic group. Is criminalized in Rwanda to mention people's ethnic group. Everyone there see themselves as Rwanda or Rwandanese or Rwandan. So things like the N word, things like that, that yeah, you will never. I don't think you will see anyone say that in Rwanda. Nah.
Even in terms of like the hip hop terminology, the meaning of that. No,
No, no, I never had that by anyone. Yeah.
good stuff. Shout out to Rwanda. Um, are there any dangers to be aware of in Rwanda, bro? I know it's safe, but any dangers that we should be aware of?
I would say just be well behaved. It's a no-nonsense regime there. So if you're acting all wild and crazy, yeah, you can get in trouble. So I think if you're well behaved, you'll be fine. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Should brothers travel alone or in a group to Rwanda?
You could you could travel alone, you could travel in a group, you'll be fine. I traveled alone, so and I had an amazing time while I was there. So you'll be good. It doesn't matter how you travel.
Fantastic, brother. And last question: Do we can we get? Is it advisable to get like a private driver to drive us every day?
I think that might be a bit expensive. I think
Okay.
the best way to navigate Rwanda would just be through the local transportation. Like I said, cabs are the easiest and cheapest mode of transport in Rwanda. However, you could get a rented you could rent transportation, but it is expensive. You know, it's like renting a cab in Australia. That's how pricey it can get. So what I would say, if you feel like you need to go somewhere, that way perhaps you need a cab, you can get a cab there, or maybe you stay at a guest house or hotel or Airbnb. Maybe the guest house that I stayed, if I wanted to get a cab to the city, they will call a cab for me, and the cab will come straight to the guest house, and it will pick me. But the cheapest mode of transport there is through the bikes. Yeah, it's cheap. So I would say, you can move around using that.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, are the cabs safe and are the bikes safe as well on the roads?
So the cabs are definitely safe. The bikes, you need to be careful. Uh, yeah, you just need to be careful. But they do give you like helmets and stuff, so um, they definitely practice safe. You know, the safe measures put in place while you're on the bike. But just make sure that the cab, the bike driver is not speeding too fast, or so yeah, just add a bit of caution while you're on the bike.
Awesome, awesome. Great
But but but
breakdown,
but,
Mr.
but
Well,
yeah, but there is a speed limit there as well, which is very it's very enforced speed limits in Rwanda. It's like living in a Western. It's like almost living in a Western country. Honestly, the speed limits, there's cameras. Uh, the laws are really enforced in Rwanda. That I can tell you.
awesome, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Oloye. Brother, maybe avoid moving your phone and covering your mic. 'Cause we're hearing some sort of noises, bro. Don't know what that is.
Okay, I understand that now.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you, bro. All right, brothers, if you want to call in, call in. If you have any questions for our guests, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If we're getting on new callers, we're going to wrap up the stream. This has been a very insightful stream. Brothers, invest in Rwanda. Hopefully, crypto pops up next year. Start thinking about investing, get into IT. We've got to start building internationally, brothers, and particularly in Africa. Africa is where the growth will be in the next few years. Um, it is projected that the most millionaires, most billionaires will be coming from Africa. So, brothers, let's get in, brothers, and let's make sure that we um, not only help our African brothers and sisters out, but we also build wealth there as well and help each other out and have a global network connection like other groups of people do. So I'm super excited to see that Rwanda is doing very well, man. Shout out to Kagame. I keep calling him Kagame, the prime minister or
Kagame.
president
Yeah.
of Rwanda. Shout out to him, man. He's doing a great job. All right, brothers, man. Y'all got 5 minutes to call in. If y'all don't call in, I'm gonna end the stream. This has been a very great stream. Low viewership today, but if this was a about porgs, about a blonde chick, Japanese, y'all brothers be loving it, man. Brothers, let's show some African sisters some love, man.
I'm strictly on the sister, so yeah. I'm strictly for the sisters, yeah. So that's why I catch a lot of your streams about African countries. Yeah. So
Yeah, I definitely want to do more African content, man, and get like the investing talk and all that stuff. All right, so I don't think we're gonna get any callers. It's a very quiet night today. So thank you, Mr. Oloye, for your time, bro. Much appreciated, brother. This has been a very insightful live stream. All right, brothers. Hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Write a comment when I post a stream on my channel afterwards, and I will see you, brothers, on the next video. Thank you, brothers. Peace out.